Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. My name is Carol, and my husband's name is Bert. And Bert was recently diagnosed with dementia, with vascular dementia. And I've been thinking of something to do when I do have some free time. And back in the day, when the kids were growing up, I wasn't busy enough, I guess, because I was at school plays, I was working full-time, I was going to college, and all this other good stuff. Going to basketball games, baseball games, and cheerleader. But I did something in my spare time at night just to kind of clear my mind. So, I don't even remember how I got into doing sweepstakes. I think, honestly, what happened was I got one of those publishers clearinghouse deals, and I saw a contest newsletter. Oh, wow, that seems pretty interesting. Let me try it. Of course, they're not in business anymore. They went out of business several years ago, and I used to get a subscription one. They used to send me one a month. I think it was one a month. Then later on, they went one a month, one a week. Then they did, it was like a little pamphlet, where you, it had the, hold on one second. Sorry, guys, I just had to take a second out there to tell somebody something. Okay. But they ended up doing a weekly one. Well, they did that for several years, and along the way, yes, I did win some really nice stuff. I mean, I had won like a barbecue grill with $50 worth, a coupon for Winn-Dixie for meat and to barbecue. Just the whole works on, barbecuing. I can't remember everything I won. But I won kids' toys, I won trips. Some of them were local, but most of them were long distance, and I couldn't do them, unfortunately. So sometimes I had to pass them off to my relatives, and at least somebody enjoyed them, because I was going to college and stuff. But they still have a sweepstakes. They have a couple of sweepstakes websites. Now, what your angle is going to be, because you should never have to pay for sweepstakes. You should never have to pay for an entry to anything. Now, I know Walmart, I guess, has an entry thing. That you call in, give them a survey, and that's an entry. I got that. But otherwise, if you just are interested in doing sweepstakes whenever you can or whenever you want to, the very first thing that you want to do is you want to open another email just for sweepstakes. Just for sweepstakes. And that's the only thing that email will be used for. Because usually when you enter some of these sweepstakes, you'll be entering things for Coca-Cola, Pepsi. I'm just giving you an example of some of them out there. Big corporations, they do this as a marketing thing. So you will get like things in your email. So you don't want to mess up your regular email. You want to have a certain email you use only for sweepstaking. And that is good too, because you don't want to accidentally erase somebody who says, hey, you won, because you might have a whole crap load of emails in your email, But this is the biggest clue I can give you is I used to have to do these by hand, okay? I would have a box of envelopes, I would have a box of 3x5 cards, I would have my roll of stamps, and I made it into a game sometimes on the weekend when my girls didn't have nothing to do and were bored, and they thought it was really cool that they could put a stamp on it or put it in an envelope, lick the envelope, stuff like that. So that's the way we used to do it. And then I don't know how many years ago, it kind of turned into online sweeps. So First thing, get you a separate email. Gmail's free up to 5 different emails. So you want to get one that's only for contesting. That's your number one thing to do. Okay. Number 2 thing to do. You can go and register at the sites. I am going to put them in the description. They are free. Now, 1 or 2 of them does have a paid subscription too. And you can get that if you want to get into it. You know, they have more sweepstakes then that they send you. But it really depends on what you want to spend, if you want to spend anything. If you don't want to spend anything or you can't afford to spend anything, then just do the free versions. Go on their websites that I'm going to give you. Put in, you want to register for their website. Make sure you have that email, that separate email. And use that email. And every day, usually every day, you will get new sweepstakes in the mail from 1 or 2 of them, I think. Maybe all of them, because I haven't been doing it in a long time. But there is like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 different websites that I recommend that are legitimate. How's that? And I can't say that totally now because, you know, we have all these hackers out there, but these are the ones that I would use. These are the ones I'm going to use when I get back into it, which should be next week sometime, probably. Depending on all the appointments Bert has, and now we have a dog that has a bad leg, and I think it's arthritis, and he's having a hard time, and I gotta wait until I get some money to take him to the vet, and it's killing me. Yeah, but anyway, let's see here. So, there's a place called Sweepstakes Advantage. That's the first one. Then there's another one called contestgirl. And then online sweepstakes. You got Sweepstakes Fanatics. Now, those are 4 of them. Don't worry about remembering them. I'm going to stick them in the description. Okay? There is also one. Now, I will tell you, because I've had experience with this one, that I did get a lot of email. You know, promotional email or whatever you want to say. And that is iWINContests. Okay? So, just to let you know, that was years ago though now, so I don't know. Wow, they got even more here. Sweepsheet. They got Sweeping America. These are all websites. So, you can see, you know, if you're not doing anything, I mean, a lot of people, they don't have that much time, you know? So, either they're working, going to school, taking care of kids, going to their plays, going, you know, like I was. So, you put in, as always, the next priority you got to remember, if nothing else, is follow directions. Do the entry exactly as they say. Before you start the entry, make sure it's for the state you live in. If it's not, then you can't enter it. It'll have all the states that people are free to enter. Just because you don't want to waste your time, you know. Because they will check the person they draw. And a lot of times, with a lot of these sweepstakes, there's more than one prize. And there's sometimes 3 grand prizes, and the rest are all second and third prizes. But you have some decent odds. I mean, everybody kind of sweepsing lately, I think. So, you know, what I hear, it's getting into the elderly community. Yeah, me, you know. We're all bored. We're going to do something. And it's fun. And, you know, you imagine, oh my God, there's the UPS truck. Maybe he brought me something, you know. And a lot of times I was surprised he did, you know. But you can't expect to win all the time. What you're doing it for is hoping, wishing, and being positive, you know, and having something to do besides sit there and think about your problems all day like I have been doing. So, I'm serious. I had such a good time with this. And at the time, I had to buy stamps. Yeah, they weren't free. So, I mean, so all I could do was one roll of stamps a month. So once I done all those sweepstakes, that's all I could do for the month, you know. But this is interesting. So I'm going to get back into it. If y'all have any questions, feel free to go in the comments and ask me. If I know, I will let you know. If I don't, I'll try to find out for you. But a lot of people say, oh, I ain't never going to win. You don't know that. You are just as likely to win as anybody else. And if you see any sweepstakes locally in your stores, in your tire places, in your auto mechanic shop, always put your name in those if you like the prizes. Don't put your name if you don't really want the prize. That's one thing I can tell you. If it's something you wouldn't use or something you just don't want, don't put your because most of the people, unless they say that we'll give you this much cash or instead of that prize or whatever, a lot of them, it's just the prize and not, they won't turn it into cash. Now, some of them will. But anyway, that's just my own opinion on doing the sweepstaking. And I'm trying to read some of my notes because you know me, I'm bad. I gotta have notes. I told you, local sweepstakes are easier to win because there's less people that enter them. So if you see a sweepstakes in a restaurant you go in or something like that, always put your name in. Who knows? If you go to a car show or, you know, I don't know. See, they're regulated by the government, so they have to give these prizes away. And there's certain ways they have to do it. So it's not like they could say, oh, there's Sally's, let's pick hers. No, they can't do that because they'll lose their business, you know. I didn't know about that either, you know. But anyway, so that's where I am with this. If you really want to have something fun to do, and you can sit and watch your movies, Discovery channels, whatever, and do this. A lot of people can't really get out too much. So the computer is it's their thing, you know, and they never used to email the sweepstakes to you. You just went to their site and went into the free ones and put your entries in. But now I understand that some of them will send the entries in the mail to you every morning. So far I got 2 today, and I did put myself down to several of these. I haven't finished yet. But check it out. If you don't like it, you can always close down that extra email and forget about it. But it is fun, it's interesting, and, you know, everybody has an hour a day that they could dedicate to their hobby. That's the problem. We have people, and young people nowadays, they don't have no hobbies. You ask them, what's your hobby? Oh, I play my games. I go out, I get drunk. Yeah, that's a good hobby. You know, and when I was young, I can't say that because I never did get drunk, but that one time when I drank my mom's bottle of wine, she came home and I was dying in the kitchen sink. Yeah. But never got drunk after that. But yeah. So if you enjoy it, you can go read about it. You know, always read about it. Always read. It'll say to enter. Read read the whole thing. What you have to write down. Some people will tell you, you write a phrase down and they give you the phrase. Okay? So, just make sure you follow all the directions and that it's good in your state so that you can win when they do pick your name. And I think y'all will have a blast because I sure did. And again, I've been doing this for over 25 years. So if you want to know anything, I should be able to help you unless it's something brand new and I don't know yet, and I will try to find out. In the meantime, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Please give us a share if you think somebody else could use some hobby advice. And hit the bell, because that'll get you all our videos. And you never know, you may get some good information. And I am going to tell you all, good luck. Get out there and do your sweepsing. Because wintertime's coming. It's going to be getting real cold. And in the north, it's going to be snowing and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's going to say, oh, my God, I don't have nothing to do. Some people knit, some people crochet. I got that. Make sure you have a hobby. It's good for the mind, and it's good for your body. I love y'all. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.